For my father, it was a dream come true. The chance for us to move to Canada. There we could begin a new life. For as long as I can remember, we had lived in China. It was the place I loved. It was the only home I had ever known. Our new life was going to be different from anything I had known before. But I hoped it would be all that we had dreamt of. When my father played his violin, my heart was carried along by the music, and I glimpsed all our future happiness. This new world was was full of wonders I never knew existed. I was so surprised. Even our violin, carried all the way across the ocean, would find a place in our new life. That night, I dreamed of the mother I had never known. But all my dreams turned to nightmares. All I wanted was to return to the country that I had lost, but I knew it was not possible. Summer turned to fall. While my father searched for work, I tried to remember what he told me, that we must not lose hope. I knew that I had to find my own happiness. I had to believe that all our dreams would come back to us, and this country would be our home. My father gave me the most precious gift of all. He turned all my sorrow into joy. I found our new home. When I played the violin, I could see my father smiling at me through the crowd. It filled my heart with happiness.
father died, the peasant Quan Ming was forced to sell the old family house. He had just enough money to buy a steamship ticket to the New World, where he had heard that jobs were plentiful.
I can start a new life there, Mother, and send your money home.
Quan Ming became good friends with men from neighboring villages. Together, the four of them ate, told jokes, and shared their dreams for the future. When they arrived, Quan Ming went to every store and factory in Chinatown and every farm outside of town. But to his dismay, there was not a job to be found anywhere. Back at the inn, Quan Ming joined his 3 friends who had also been searching for work, but had found nothing. Suddenly, the innkeeper pushed his way into their room.
Good news! The biggest bakery in Chinatown needs a worker. You go, Chulap. Your parents need money for medicine. The finest tailor in Chinatown needs an apprentice. You go, Wang Fu. You have 4 little ones waiting for food in China. Best shoemaker in Chinatown needs an assistant. That's for you, Tam Yim. You said the roof on your house in China needs repair. The 4th job is, well, for a shop boy.
Quan Ming had no choice but to take this job, for he knew his mother would be desperate for money. The boss was bigger than a pot-bellied stove and as cruel as a blizzard at midnight. One afternoon, when Quan Ming was mopping the front stairs, his boss came down in a hurry.
You turtle! You doorknob! You're fired! Please, sir, give me another chance. Very well, but I will have to punish you. For you have ruined my shirt and scuffed my boots and made me miss my dinner. I will work even harder if you let me stay. Then find for me the following things in 3 days' time. Bring me a fine woolen suit that will never tear, a pair of leather boots that will never wear out, and 40 loaves of bread that will never go stale. Otherwise, I will see to it that you never find another job again.
But where would Quan Ming find such items? Suddenly, familiar voices surrounded him.
Quan Ming, where have you been?
Quan Ming told his friends about his problems.
Don't worry, Quan Ming. I'll make the woolen suit you need. I'll make the boots. And I'll make the bread.
3 days later.
So, where are those things I've asked for? Here's your suit, sir. How well it fits. Here are your boots, sir. Oh, how these boots slide on my feet as if they were buttered. And don't forget the bread. It is so soft. So sweet.
The boss couldn't stop eating. He ate 12 loaves, then 13, and then 20. The well-sewn suit and sturdy boots held him tight like a giant sausage.
Help! Get me out of these clothes! You knucklehead! You stupid old! Set me free!
Before anyone could do a thing, the customers showed up looking for their orders. That's when Quan Ming had an idea. And so, Quan Ming was able to send for his mother, and he and his friends were never out of work again.
My name is Sausan. I'm 7 years old and I come from far away. I loved my city of Beirut, but then a war started. And everything changed. My parents decided we had to find a safer place to live. The place they chose was Canada. That was my first time on a plane.
Ladies and gentlemen, although the passenger seatbelt sign has been switched off at this time, we would like to suggest the use of your seatbelt.
I was so sick that nobody wanted to sit near me. A week after we got to Canada, my dad took me to my new school. It didn't look very new to me. When we got to my classroom, my dad said, "Be good, Sosan, and try to make some new friends." The kids in the class were all talking to me, but I couldn't understand them. I didn't speak English. That first day was horrible. I had no idea how I was supposed to learn English fast enough to make friends before they were all in 6th grade. Suddenly, I had to pee. I had to go now. But how could I ask to go if I couldn't speak English? So, a whole month passed and I still didn't understand a word that anyone said. One day we had a very strange guest visit us. She argued with herself a lot. And just when I thought I had made out a word or two, it happened again. I had to go. I had no choice but to sneak out again. I was getting better at it too. I thought I was back in the war. I couldn't move. My teacher tried to explain that the skeleton was just paper and that it was for Halloween. But I forgot. I had to pee. My dad told me about Halloween and said it was a holiday where people dressed up and had fun. He said there was nothing to be scared of in this country. This year is my second Halloween and I dressed up as a cat for a big party at school. My English is much better too, and I haven't peed on anyone all year.
Gita came from India, where there is a wonderful celebration. It is called Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights. Little oil lamps called diyas are placed throughout the house in honor of a well-loved goddess. Her name is Lakshmi. Many believe she has the power to bring good fortune to those who call her. For Gita, the best part of Diwali was when her grandmother led all the children to the window to watch the skies of New Delhi light up in a dazzling display of fireworks. This would be Gita's first Diwali in her new country. She knew it couldn't be like Diwali at her grandmother's in New Delhi. But still, Gita's mother made their favorite sweets, spiral jalebis and golden peras. Gita had already invited 5 school friends to help celebrate. When she had asked Albert at school, he didn't quite know what Diwali was, though. No, it wasn't like Halloween. Luke thought it was like a skating party. And Jenny, Sam, and Amy had their own ideas of what Diwali must be like. But when Geeta told her friends that her father would light fireworks in the park, everyone wanted to come. It had finally arrived. Today was really and truly Diwali.
Daddy, did you get the fireworks?
Yes, but
Yay!
Geeta, look outside the window.
I'm sure it won't last long.
Never mind. We'll have the fireworks tomorrow after the ice storm.
But my friends are coming.
You and your friends can still have a lovely party, Geeta. Everyone will light the diyas. Hello. Okay, thank you. I'll give her the message. That was Albert. He and Sam can't come today. It's much too icy to drive.
I hate this place.
I'll give her the message. I'm sorry, Geeta. Jenny and Luke have also cancelled. But Amy hasn't called yet, and she does live very close by.
No one will come. Whoever heard of freezing rain on Diwali?
Beti, Diwali is really about filling the darkness with light. This is something fireworks can't do.
Mommy, let's light the diyas. What's happening? Mommy?
The storm has caused the power to go out.
In all the houses? What should we do?
There is nothing we can do for the moment, Geeta.
Maybe there is something we can do.
It seems we'll have wonderful luck this Diwali.
Look, it's Amy. You made it.
Hi, come downstairs. Everything's covered in ice. Hey, Geeta, do you have skates?
Who needs skates? Watch me.
Wait up! Geeta, your window's the only one with lights.
The reflections on the ice sparkled everywhere and danced like fireworks. Geeta could hardly wait to write to her grandmother in India about this Diwali in her new home.
Many years ago, in the heart of Chinatown, there was a spot well known throughout the New World for its fine food. 7 days a week, every week of the year, Mei Lin cooked there in her father's restaurant. To Chinatown came men lonely and cold and bone-tired. But a well-cooked meal would always make them smile. So Mei Lin worked to renew their spirits and used only the best ingredients in her cooking. Mei Lin's brothers didn't like to work, and they were overweight from eating so much food. When compliments and tips were sent to the chef, they never reached Mei Lin, because her father told everyone that it was his 2 sons who did the cooking. One day, the governor of South China was coming to town. Each restaurant in Chinatown was invited to bring its best dish. Mei Lin went to the harbor for fresh fish caught from the ocean nearby. In order to collect the finest ingredients, she took from her garden herbs and greens that could only grow there. In no time, Mei Lin had fashioned a dish of delectable flavors and aromas, which she named Roses Sing on New Snow. Now the governor simply loved to eat. Every kind of meat, every color of vegetable, every exotic spice was present. That one wins my warmest praise. Tell me, who cooked it? Your Highness, it was my 2 sons who prepared it. Then show me how the dish was done. You imposters! Bring me the real cook. What do you have to say for yourself? Show me how the dish is done. I will present it to the emperor in China and reward you well. Your Excellency, you cannot take this dish to China. What? You dare refuse the emperor a chance to taste this wonderful creation? Let you and I cook side by side so you can see for yourself. What is your secret? We use the same ingredients and cook side by side. If you and I sat down with paper and brush and black ink, could we bring forth identical paintings? From that day on, Mei Lin was renowned as a great cook and very wise person. Malin's fame reached as far as China, where even the emperor had heard of roses sing on new snow.
Christopher was on his way home from school. He was having a bad day. He was in a bad mood because he hated his name. It wasn't a special name. Millions of people all over the world had that name. There were 11 Christophers in his school and 3 in his class. Every time the teacher said, "Christopher?" "Yes, Miss." "Yes, Miss Mumford." They would all answer, "Yes, Mrs. Mumford." It drove him crazy. Now it so happened that Christopher's Aunt Gail, she was visiting from Trinidad and Tobago. She told Christopher stories about a man called Tiger. Now Tiger, he could eat 5 hot red peppers and ask for 10 more. He was so strong, he could carry 3 cows on his shoulders to the market. Christopher, he was fascinated. He wanted to be strong like Tiger. And right then and there, Christopher changed his name to Tiger. And he rushed here and he rushed there and he told everyone, "My new name is Tiger." He began to carry the books for all the people in his class. He thought he was so strong. And everyone here and there, they all started calling him Tiger. All except his teacher, Miss Mumford. She called him Christopher Mulamba. Late one evening, there was excitement in Tiger's house. Tiger's favorite basketball team was playing. Tiger's heart was beating fast as he watched his favorite player shoot and soar. He was moving so fast. Sometimes all you could see was his number, 24, flying all around. Tiger wanted to fly too. He wanted to be 24. He wanted it bad. Right then and there, Tiger changed his name. He dribbled and dunked all over the place, driving everyone crazy. And everyone here and there, they all started calling him 24. All except his teacher, Miss Mumford. She called him Christopher Mulamba. One morning, it was 24's birthday. He woke up and there was a big card. It was from his Aunt Gail. It said, "To Christopher, a very special child, may you soar and touch the sky." In the card, there was a check. Yes! That very same day, 24 and his mother went to the bank.
Hi, I'm 24, and this is my mother. And I'm here to open an account.
The bank manager looked at the check, and he looked at 24.
This check is made out to Christopher Mulumba. Your name is 24. Mom!
His mother said, "I think you better handle this yourself." He looked inside his backpack. Everything now said 24. He needed some identification fast. Just then, his best friends, Jason, Shay, and Tandy, come through the bank doors. "Hi, guys. What's my name?" 24, of course. The whole world was against him. He was Christopher Mulumba. Then he looked up. "Hi, Miss Mumford." Miss Mumford thought to herself, there's that child with all the names. How are you doing, 24? His mother looked at him and she said, "Stop banging your foot, 24. Stop banging your foot. Christopher Kwame Mulumba, I said stop banging that foot."
Gotcha!
And from that day on, Christopher never ever once changed his name, because after all, his name was simply special. Well, maybe.
What's my name from a ball game? Call myself 24 the number. Mom call me Christopher Kwame Mulumba. A name's got letters, and what's in a number? A number, a number. What is it? Pepper tiger burning bright in the fire. Got a fright, lost sight of the meaning of the true light. True light, true light. Kwame Mulumba, Mulumba. A name's all you got, and if you throw it away, throw it away, throw it away. It's a shame you can't complain. 24 tigers, it's not the same. Don't play the name game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do you really know what I'm saying?
Once upon a time, there was a boy, and his name was Christopher. Now, Christopher, he was a nice boy. He would help elderly people to bring their groceries from the store. He would even help tiny little children to cross the street. But Christopher, he had one major problem. He did not like to clean his room. I tell you, that room was upside down. The sandwiches under his bed, Lord, they were so cheesy. The socks by the door were growing funky. The room was so untidy, the place smelled funky. And that fishbowl, it stank. His mother, she did not go to his room because she thought snakes was going to come out and bite her. And his friends, when they visited, they dreamt rats crawled all over their body. And his poor grandmother, every time she fainted because the sandwiches under his bed, Lord, they were so cheesy. The socks by the door was growing funky. The room was so untidy, the place smelled funky. And the fishbowl, it stank. Now, the two fish who lived in the fishbowl, they were getting worried. Oxygen. Christopher had not cleaned that bowl in weeks and weeks, and the water was turning green, dark green, light green, all kinds of shades of green. Well, one day, who should they see tiptoeing across Christopher's room real fast? Nobody else but a tiny little bug called Mr. Cockroach. This room is even too dirty for cockroaches. An idea came to one of the fish, and she said, "Yo, Mr. Cockroach, would you stop?" Now, Mr. Cockroach, he was in a hurry, but being a nice cockroach, he went up to the fish bowl and he said, "Good evening, Miss Fish." And "Good evening, Miss Fish. And how can I help you?" And the fish said, "We're soon gonna die because Christopher would not clean up his room. And look at the sandwiches under his bed, they're so cheesy. The socks by the door, they're growing funky. The room is so untidy, the place smells funky, and our fish bowl, it's a mess." But Mr. Cockroach, he was a person, he did not like to see people cry. So he said to them, "I'm going to go away, and I'm going to speak to all my fellow cockroach people. And tonight, we will send you word of a plan." At 11 o'clock that night, the cockroaches all put on oxygen masks because nobody in their right mind would dream of going to Christopher's room without an oxygen mask. They came from Portugal, they came from Spain, they came from France. There were pink ones and blue ones and orange ones and green ones, some purple ones, some with stripes and some with polka dots. Even multicultural cockroaches were there. And he opened his eyes and the cockroaches started to write on the wall, "Christopher, clean up this room now." And he thought he was having a bad nightmare. And he said, "Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, I promise." And the cockroaches started to write on the other wall, "Christopher, clean up this room now. We mean business." And the purple ones, the green ones, the blue ones, the red ones started to crawl on top of each other and to crawl towards him. And Christopher, he went to the cleaning closet and there he got out the vacuum cleaner and the broom and garbage bags and everything he could find to clean with. And he got back to his room real fast. And then he washed out that fish bowl real good. And he put some fresh water in and popped those two fish back in. And Mr. Cockroach, he then went away. Now the next morning, when his parents woke up and saw his room, they could not believe their eyes. And his mother said, "Christopher? Christopher? Are you going to die or something, child? How come this room is so clean?" But Christopher, he has never said a word to anybody. But anytime there is a speck or spot or a piece of dust or something lying out of place, Christopher cleans it up real fast because he will always remember the night of the cockroaches.
Miss Fish made a wish. "Mr. Roach, this room needs cleaning, be that coach?" Roach replied, "I'll be that guy with a million roaches from far and wide, ready to ride." Here they come, roaches, bugs, no more sweeping under rugs. Christopher, Christopher, what you gonna do? Covered in a cockroach igloo. Smothered in roaches, stress, split for the vacuum, clean up this mess. That room is so clean, spick and span, mom and dad freaked on the scene. Grandma passed out again, I mean. So when a speck of dust dares to appear, Christopher's there with that cleaning gear. Now we could sleep without a bug in his ear. No nose plugs, great, but roach to coach, they reach home plate and set Christopher's priorities straight.
A long, long time ago, before time began, nature was still creating all the animals of the world, trying to give each animal something special. And nature had given Anansi the spider the ability to spin webs to catch all the bugs. Well, some of the bugs. Anansi walked past all the animals in the jungle. They were proud of what nature gave them. Anansi respected them all, which was fine, except for one thing. None of the animals respected Anansi. Well, at least that's what Anansi felt. But then he had an idea. He would find the most respected animal of the world and get his respect. Then all the animals would respect Anansi. And that was Mr. Tiger. Everybody respected Mr. Tiger. Anansi went over to Mr. Tiger's house and waited for him to come out. But when Mr. Tiger finally came out, he didn't even notice little Anansi waiting. Wait now! Yes? Mr. Tiger, how can I get your respect? Get my respect? Well, Mr. Tiger nearly laughed his tail off at such a request. But Anansi didn't care. Anansi was determined to get Mr. Tiger's respect. Well, okay. If you bring me Mr. Snake, the grumpiest creature in the entire world, only then could I respect little you. Bring Mr. Snake? How was Anansi gonna do this? Well, every day Anansi carefully studied Mr. Snake. What he ate, what he drank, and when he would rest. So now that Anansi knew Mr. Snake's routine, Anansi decided it was time to lay a trap. Oh, the poor thing. Well, Anansi realized strength was not the way to catch Mr. Snake. He would have to try something else. Then Anansi found the answer he was looking for. The next day, Anansi poured grease along the inside of the pit, hoping the snake would slip and fall in while trying to eat a whole hand of bananas. This was not the case. Did you actually think you could catch me? No, Mr. Snake. I was curious to see if it was true. Curious of what? Anansi? That I like eating spiders? No, not that. I was just curious to see if you were the longest creature in the jungle. Longest creature in the jungle? What? Man, I am the longest creature in the whole world. Bring me anything, anything, and I will prove that I am longer. Anything? Even longer than a bamboo pole? No one's longer than that. Bring it so, and I will prove to you I am. Well, you better stretch out your belly so, because this pole is mighty long. Don't you worry about that. You just keep measuring so. And Anansi did, spinning his web tight to tie Mr. Snake to the pole. Well, Anansi, I am so impressed of what you've done. I will now grant you some respect. Thank you, Mr. Tiger, but I don't want your respect anymore. Well, not if it comes at the expense of someone else's feelings. Sorry. And nature was proud of Anansi. So proud that nature gave him a magical gift. The gift to make intricate webs that were incredibly sticky. So now he could catch all the bugs.